Hey guys, it's Spaces Sims, and we are back with more Radiant Tail. Did I say Radiant Tail last time? Did I get the game? Did I? I don't even know. Guys, I have to stop and think. I know what game I'm playing, but I have to stop and think. What the hell's the name of this one? It's Zephora. That's all that matters, okay? That's it. Anyway, continuing his route. So, the following day, we were all ready to depart for Kultura. Due to the emergency, we were allowed to take a carriage normally reserved for palace officials. The ride was surprisingly short, but was costlier and less comfortable than a normal carriage. Surprising. Okay. We had a nice cushy carriage, but instead of that, we gotta take the super speedy one that's a palace one, but the ride sucks. It's like, what the shit? I'd rather take our comfy one. I mean, I know it gets there faster, but if it's like a palace carriage, you think it'd be like speedier and more comfy. Like, you should have the top of the line everything. Like, you know, gets there like I'm driving a Ferrari, but but the ride is about as uncomfortable as a fucking Pinto. Like, what the shit? That's weird. Like riding a bike, but it gets fast. I mean, I don't know. Anyway, I just think that's ridiculous. We arrived in Kultura within 2 days, a whole 5 days faster than usual. I mean, okay, that's super speedy, but it's like a bullet train, but you've got to stick up your ass the whole time. Like, it doesn't sound fun. We pitched our tent in front of the plaza outside the Public Security Force's branch office. Right after that, we met up with Aleste to discuss the state of things in Kultura and our next move. Let me explain what happened after I got here. Once I arrived, I went to Balto's mansion to inform him of his dismissal. But Balto already knew about the dismissal and didn't let me in, so I imagine he must have planted a spy in the palace. Furthermore, a man in his mansion sprayed a perfume on me. Perfume? No way! Aleste nodded, confirming my suspicion. He only sprayed a little, but judging by the sweet smell, it was the Maracas perfume. Are you alright? Aleste is like, temporarily? Found Ginia attractive, but I'm okay now. And sweetie, I don't think that's the perfume. It's just the gay in you coming out. And I'm okay with this. I will share my boyfriend Ginia with Aleste. I'll share my boyfriend Ginia with my side piece Aleste. It's fine. It's fine. I don't have a route with either one of them because the game's a dick. I love this game, but that is a dick move. Alright? God damn it, will you localize the fan disc already? They localize fan discs for games, and you're like, yeah, but like, what about this one? No offense, I really wanted the Amnesia memory. I wanted the Amnesia fan discs, but like after we played that, I'm like, if they hadn't localized them, I think I would have lived. That is so fucking bad. Like, I don't think I'm gonna live if you don't localize this one. This is different. This is like not localizing the Code Realize ones. Hello, you can't do that. You localize the frickin' Norn 9 fan disc. And let me be honest, like, that's one of the games I was talking about last time. Like, where it's like, okay, we had fun at the time, but like, I don't think I'd want to go back and replay it ever, and I have no interest in playing the fan disc, really. Like, I mean, am I gonna buy it? Like, yeah, maybe digitally if it's on sale or some shit. And, like, I get, like, Nintendo gift cards for Christmas, maybe. But I keep forgetting it exists, and I'm definitely not playing it on the channel, because we have so much other stuff, and, like, I don't know. I'm sure we enjoyed it when it was happening, but it's one of those games that I'm like, yeah, I kind of forgot about it, and I don't look back and go, yeah, that was a great time. That was crazy. I'm like, yeah, it was there. I don't hate it, but I don't love it. I have no feelings for it at all. I'm like, I don't remember. I mean, Daisuke Ono's in it, so that's a plus. But like, I mean, other than that, okay. Yeah, it was, I really don't. I mean, I can remember vague things, but I'm like, I have no impression. I don't sit there and go, yeah, that was a good time, or, God, no. That was a slog and I hated it. I'm literally like, I don't know. So I, like, really don't want to play the fan disc because I'm like, why? You know? I don't know. And I'm not knocking it if there's people out there that it's one of your favorite games and you love it. It's just, it didn't make an impact on me enough to be like, oh my god, that was a great time! Like this one. I will fight a bitch to get the fan disc. Don't make me. I'll do it. Alright? I'll probably cry the whole time and I hit like a girl, but like, I'm just saying, I'll do my best. Like, and there are some games that are like that. I know a lot of people didn't like Period Cube, but like, I enjoyed that one. I'm like, that one was fucking weird. But I still like, that was a trip and a half. I kind of like, it's one of those games that I'm like, you know what? I would replay it again just to see what I thought of it now. But I remember enjoying it at the time. Bad Apple Wars. I remember that one was great fun. But then there's things like Nord 9 where I'm like, yeah. That one existed. And I know we had fun playing it at the time. I like to think, because I don't think we've ever played a game where I'm like, God, I hate every moment of my life. Alright, no, that's not true. Charade Maniacs right now is like, I just... It's ruining my fun on that one. But that's just the way the game's formatted. It's not the game itself, or the plot, or the story. It's the way they decided to do things is stupid. So that's on the developer's fault, not, whatever, writers or artists or anything. But there's just games that I'm like, I know at the time it was probably fun, but I have no impressions after the fact. They just float away. I just like, I'm gonna put this in the filing cabinet for never looking at again. In the corner. I don't know. So, but we get fan discs for those games. Where the fuck is the one for this? I really expected this to be localized 2 days after this one. Let's go. There better be a 2024 announcement, motherfuckers. I will riot. Because I need Ginny, and I know Ginny's got to... And then, like, plus Aleste and Leon, come on! This is the game that's filled with... I know there's other games where people are like, side characters, I love the side characters. Until Il Fiore and Oliver, it was like, yeah, no, some of the side characters, but like, I didn't care if I didn't get to romance them. Now I want to romance all the damn side characters. Where the fuck is my romancing the side characters? Like, I'm a man... I swear to God I did not take any drugs before I filmed this. I am not sure. It's a combination of tired, my shoulders hurt from work, but like, I'm not going to say it's a good pain, but it's like, I did a lot of work today and I feel sort of okay about it. Like, I don't know if shit's going to work, but like, I made more progress than I have on the project I'm working on today than I have in like a week because I've been dragged into other shit. But anyway. But I'm also frickin' exhausted. So I'm a little goddamn loopy. Anyway. Are you alright? I'm not alright, Clevis. Yes I am. To think His Highness would deign to worry about me, I am blessed. Ahem. Back to business. I did inhale a small amount, but I'm fine. I immediately took countermeasures according to the information Zephora gave me. Thank goodness. Hey, don't you think that Bolto's acting kinda strange? He refused to meet the palace rep and dump perfume on him instead. Agreed. He always has been good at hiding his schemes behind the scenes. It's not like him to rebel against the king so openly. What in the world is he planning? I left Balto's mansion in the underground labyrinth to seek His Majesty's response. Right after I stepped out of the labyrinth, the ground shook something fierce. Once it calmed down, a strange occurrence took place in the underground labyrinth. Regardless of where you enter from, you're taken right back out. Impossible to enter normally. In short, we cannot go near Balto's mansion since we must traverse the labyrinth to get there. I assume the earthquake was him operating the place using the labyrinth necklace. Operating the place using... Sounds so weird. What the hell does that geezer want? He made an enemy of the country and shut himself in the underground labyrinth. I have no idea, but he's certainly up to no good. The citizens have grown increasingly anxious because they can't use the labyrinth. Uh-huh. I see where things stand now. I feel like this is exactly the same information. Balto escaped into the labyrinth and no one can use it. And this is the exact same information aside from, he sprayed me with perfume, guys. It made me sneeze. I didn't like it. Not my scent. I mean, I know it's a little more dramatic than that, but it's like, that's really all Aleste added to this. So, like, we already knew where things stood, Ginia. But nice try. I want to pat him on his head. I'm going to have to stand on my tiptoes, probably, but... Now, about our next move. I'll lead the public security forces and exterminate fiends around Kultura. I can sense a whole lot of fiends, even from here. It's highly likely they'll invade the city if we don't do anything about it. I'll command the officers stationed here to prevent that from happening. Got it. As for us, our top priority will be getting Calivis to make Erase's bullets. I'll need our magic users, Pashalia and Rady, Ginia as his guardian, and... Sephora's gaze slid over to me. I imagine it was sliding over to you sexily. Did it sexily slide? You can assist Calivis in making the bullets. Okay. Are you smirking at me with your bedroom eyes, sir? Look at the way he's just looking at you. It's so stop it! You know what? Actually, don't stop it. I need that sexy stare right now. Vilio, Ion, and I will keep an eye on Balto's movements. Any questions?
No objections from me. We should follow Sephora's instructions and see how things unfold from there.
Me neither. I trust Sephora, because I know... I trust Sephora, because he knows Kultura the best. And so, we all agreed to act according to Sephora's directions. After a simple lunch, the bullet-making team gathered in the common area.
Okay, first things first. Shall I explain what Erase is?
Ginia put a mystic tool down on the table. I mean, I knew that they kept talking about magic bullets and stuff like that, but like when you whip out a gun and you're like, erase, and you're like, I mean, yeah, guns can certainly erase shit. Like people. I don't know why suddenly when you see it, it just slaps you in the face and you're like, I mean, you had to know if there were magic bullets going into Erase that it's a gun, right? But like seeing it as something else where you're like, okay, yeah, I mean, I don't know why now you're like, it's a little awkwardly funny. Like, if it was like, it's a magic wand and it just shoots little erase rays. Okay, but this is a gun that shoots bullets and, like, think about it. If you pointed a gun at someone's head and shot them, you'd probably erase their existence. You know what I'm saying? So, like, a little too real right now. I don't know, game. You went there. Alright, okay. Is this it?
Shape. And look at this fine ornamentation.
It's so pretty. Stop! Don't touch it! It's bad for you, Pashalia. Don't touch guns. I mean, it is really pretty, don't get me wrong. This is like some kind of like, almost, it's a magical steampunk weapon. Oh, it's not really steampunk. But you could slap this in like some kind of like magical, industrial kind of world. The gold and the brown, but then it's got magical because it's got jewels on it. And magic bullets. Just saying. Gonna mix some magical, industrial, steampunk world and slap it together, and I'd be happy. As we took a long look at the item, Ginia picked it up and gave it a forceful shake.
See the chambers here. Now, once you insert a magic-filled bullet and pull the trigger, Erase will activate.
There's something so wrong about this. And by the way, how exactly are the bullets made?
A small bullet can be made by pouring mana of all 4 elements into the tool at the same time. You can't craft bullets if you lack the power or the elements are out of balance. Like this, for example.
Ginia tried to make a bullet using wind magic. The projectile began to take shape. Oh. However, it vanished in no time.
Well, you never know until you try. And maybe it's easier than we think. Let's give it a go, shall we?
Okay, well, we got wind magic with Ginia, we got water magic with Pashalia, Vilio is fire magic, and doesn't Radio have earth magic? So if Calivis can't do it, can't we Captain Planet this shit? Like, putting all of our powers combined, like they could boost. Is that how this is gonna go? Did I just ruin this? I mean, whatever. But like, if Calivis isn't strong enough, you get all the other 4 together, and then you like... fill in the gaps a little with him, you know? I'm just saying. It's the power of friendship! And that's really where everything ends up here. So, like, we did it together, guys! Listen.
Okay.
You know he's not gonna be able to do it right off bat.
Just stop right there.
Clivis was panting hard after pouring his mana into attempt after attempt.
Are we done? You used a lot of mana today. We can pick this back up tomorrow. But we need to hurry. Hello there.
Rady quickly took hold of Clivis before he could fall.
Thank you, Rady. I know you're feeling impatient, but pushing yourself will get you nowhere. Agreed. Your mana will recover when you rest. Let's try again tomorrow once you're back in good shape, okay? Hey.
Clivis bit his lip in frustration as he wiped the sweat off his forehead. And it's not going to be like the four of them do it on their own. It's going to be like they use their powers to, like, help him and boost his power so he can make the bullets. You know what I'm saying? Because we have a user for every, and I feel like that would just be a really great utilization of teamwork and the power of friendship. Right? Come on. Come on!
Gosh, I didn't realize it was already this late. Is it almost time for dinner?
I saw Ion in the kitchen earlier. I'll go give him a hand. Sorry, Ion. I didn't mean to leave everything to you. Is there anything I can help with? It's fine. I am almost done. Thank you for the offer, though. Oh, there is one thing. Given that the public security forces are still short-handed, might I ask that you take on the cooking starting tomorrow? Sure, I've got it. Ion cracked a smile at my little fist pump of determination. I realized then how tired he looked. The thing is like, we're just standing there like, go, go, Clivis, go, woo! We're not doing anything. We can't help. We don't have magic. You know? How is Clivis doing, by the way? Ion flipped an egg as he asked. He's working hard, though I don't think he'll succeed anytime soon. Oh, much as I would like to assist, I'm hopeless when it comes to magic. I was reminded of Clivis's earlier attempts. Mishalia and Rady gave the prince advice on wielding his magic as they watched him try. Meanwhile, Ginnia kept track of Clivis's mana and strength so he wouldn't push himself too hard. And then there's me. Can't use a lick of magic, so all I can do is cheer him on, right? What did I just say? Wonder why Zephora chose me to assist Clivis. Is it because there's nothing I can do to help? What do you think, Spacey? I jumped when Ion called me. Huh? I'm sorry, Ion. I was spacing out, so I didn't hear what you said. Again, I don't know why people are surprised when I space out. Ion donned a crooked smile. I was asking you to make some tea for Clivis and the others, as they appear rather tired from today's session. But since you look tired as well, I'll do it myself. No, I'm not tired at all. Let me make the tea. You don't need to lift a finger. You are that zealous about tea preparation? He's like, girl, you fucking crazy. Like, don't judge me. Don't judge me. You know you love it. Yeah, kinda. I wanted to do something after being utterly useless during the prince's bullet crafting practice. I set to making the tea with that in mind. Good work, guys. I made some tea at Ion's suggestion. Help yourselves. Thanks, kiddo. What a floral aroma. And it tastes a bit orangey.
It's slightly bitter, but still delicious. Seems so warm.
I used orange blossom and orange peels in this blend. It relaxes the mind and washes away your fatigue.
How about you make one for Zephora, too? He just got back to his tent.
Really? I'll go take a look. Spying on him as he's changing. We're like, why did he leave us? He didn't want you to take you because he doesn't want you to get hurt. Staying here is safe for you. It said others. So who are we exactly? Anyway, someone took another sip of tea after I left the common area. I don't know who.
Still good.
Oh, I'm assuming we're Calivis then? It just said others, so.
It really was delicious. I hadn't just said it to please her. She's getting better at making herbal teas. I guess people do excel when they're fond of something. Is Spacey really into herbal tea? Shalia giggled at my question. It's not that she's into herbal tea.
She's into the person who's into herbal tea.
What do you mean?
Calivis is usually the one that's like, are you guys in love? And freaks us out. Why is this so fucking funny? Oh my god. I gotta go. Hold on. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh my god. Ah! La la la. I can't hear you. I can do it in this voice, but like. Brady just being like, nope, don't want to hear it. Not Sephora. Oh my god. He didn't act like this when they were talking about me being in love with anybody else. Oh my god, I don't know why that's so fucking funny. Oh, I'm clearly losing my shit.
Brady started hollering to drown us out.
She's an open book. There's no way you haven't noticed, Rady. I have not. I know how she studies herbs in her spare time, and definitely not the happy look she gets when she stares at her barrette. I don't know nothing about that, you hear?
Does Spacey love someone who has something to do with herbs and barrettes?
Calivis is like, the fuck is going on?
Hey,
Calivis, I won't let you touch my luscious fur ever again if you don't drop this right freaking now.
Brady's hackles raised in anger. Maybe this topic was off limits. The idea of never rubbing his fluffy fur again was dreadful, so I moved the conversation along.
I kind of like being in Calivis's head, it's so funny. But I like this. Not being able to pet him is dreadful. We'll just skip that. I love that. I don't... It's the wording on it. The idea is dreadful.
I'm sure Sephora picked Spacey to help me because she's good at taking care of people. I need to give it everything I've got. Giving myself a little pep talk, I guzzled the rest of my tea.
I fucking love that. Sephora, I made you some tea. I announced my presence as I entered the tent, then fell silent. Mid-change! Topless! I would say man nipples, but we never see those. They have no nipples. That's not how it works in these games. Sephora was hunched over some documents, writing something down. He's so focused, he didn't even notice I'm here. Now that I saw he was in the zone, I hesitated to call out again. I don't want to bother him. I guess I should leave quietly. Trips falls. I tiptoed back to the entrance. But then... Oops! The teapot and cup on the tray bumped into each other with a clatter. Do you need something? Finally noticing my presence, Sephora shot me a glance before resuming his work. I brewed you a cup of herbal tea. Looks like I came at a bad time, though. Sorry to bother you. He sighed at my timid apology and glared at me. Stop apologizing! I want you here, goddammit! Don't you know anything? Not when you yell at me like that. God, this is how I express love! Literally, Sephora. Stop jumping to conclusions. You said you were bothering me. I have never thought that, not once. I'm sorry. What, sir? You still my heart. I think I just had a heart attack. No, I need someone to, like, get my heart pumping again, because it literally stilled and I'm dead. You did not just basically, like, oh god. It's these little things that he says that are like, what? I never said you were bothering me. I never thought that. Jesus! Even though you know you said it with a douchey attitude. God, I love you. God, I love you. There's something wrong with it. You made that tea for me, didn't you? Perfect timing, actually. Kinda thirsty. Give it to me. Okay, it's still steeping, so wait a sec. The sand in the hourglass I used to measure steep time had nearly all flowed to the bottom. Orange blossom, eh? Wow, you can tell by the scent alone? I hope I can memorize them, too. I've been studying herbs because I wanted to make the most delicious teas for Sephora. See, this is what they're talking about, obviously. Like, she's in love with them, so she's obsessed with herbal tea now. So far, I can only recognize the aromas of the most well-known herbs. I feel like being able to recognize orange is, like, pretty fucking basic. That's like being able to recognize vanilla. That's as basic as fucking pumpkin spice is to a white girl. Like, okay, orange? Oh, I can't tell orange when I smell it. What is, are oranges rare here? You know what I mean? There's some basic fucking scents and smells. Scents and smells, same thing. But you know what I mean? That you just know? And like, I think orange is one of them. I'm pretty sure everyone has smelled something fucking orange scented. And maybe like, oh, it's citrusy. Still orange. You know what I mean? Like, but you can't tell? It's so weird. You just naturally recognize it if you've lived in Kultura. Just stay here if you want to learn. You just asked me to marry you. Love it. Well, you can't move here with everything that's going on now. True. We have to solve the current problem first. I like how we're basically just talking about moving in together. Look, I love this. Everyone else is like, did they just get married? I think so. And we're like, what? No. As we exchange rings. Guys, you're basically married. You have 2 kids. What? No, I don't like Zephora. Hi. Maybe just, could you, either one of you, do the math here? I love it. Moving to Kultura, huh? I never thought about leaving Arthir and moving somewhere else. Zephora's abrupt suggestion echoed in my mind. I love how he throws out and be like, I mean, you could like, move here. He's like, yeah, well, you should move here if you want to learn about herbs. But like, when we fix this. Yeah, sounds good. Wait, what? He's so fucking smooth. Hey, do you hear that? Huh? When I listened carefully, I could hear voices outside the tent. It's from the plaza. Let's take a look. The crowd was in the midst of squabbling in the plaza. With all the cursing, they seemed ready to go to blows at any moment. It was sheer chaos. Oh, you're here too. The other circus members had come as well, presumably having heard the same thing we did.
Kultura's craftsmen are arguing with each other.
Well, for now, Vilio, Ion, and some officers are trying to stop the ones who are about to throw hands. I'll look livid. I don't think they'll be calming down anytime soon. I stood there at a loss for what to do, and then 2 men in front of me started fighting. Drag Zephora out here now! Watch your tongue, he's the next sentinel! The next sentinel? Seems more like they just propped him up on their own. Wow. I've got to stop them. Excuse me, but can we all calm down first and talk about it? Nothing will be solved if you keep... Don't talk like you know it at all! You know it all, outsider! Rejecting my attempt to clear the air, the man raised his hand. Are you gonna slap me? Ah! Hey. Okay. Zephora swept in to protect me. Oh. God, that's so hot. If you weren't already hot, that would super be hot. But like... it can't even add to his hotness. He's literally on fire. I'm burning up over here. Like... You are the fire I need to keep me warm in the dead of winter, okay? Like, I could be outside in the middle of a snowstorm in only my socks and underwear and be like, it's fine, I'm okay, I'm not gonna die, I'm not gonna freeze to death because all I have to do is think of Zephora and my body's on fire. Okay, that's an extreme exaggeration, but, that's what it feels like in my heart. Meanwhile, as I'm sitting here with my hoodie on and my blanket, because my toes are freezing, and my toes are still cold even with the blanket on, so, like, I'm full of lies and bullshit. It's the thought that counts, okay? But, like, protecting me? You were already hot, sir. You can't get any hotter. Keep trying, though. Thank you. It's dangerous to cut in when they're arguing. Stand back. He then walked to the center of the plaza, parting the sea of discordance. Discordance, wow. With a loud clap, he got their attention. Quiet, if you would. His sharp voice cut through the chaos, and a great silence reigned. People stopped arguing, their lips set in tight lines as they stared at Zephora. Okay, wait, I have a question. And okay, this is probably something that's been stewing in the back of my mind, but they're gonna make the magic bullets to get the necklace away from Balto, but how the fuck are they gonna get to Balto if they can't get through the labyrinth or to his mansion? Do you just shoot the magic bullet and it just knows and it goes coursing through the labyrinth, zooming around to get to him? Like the fucking bullets in Who Framed Roger Rabbit, where they all have little personalities and little mustaches, know where they're going. You know what I mean? Like, does it just know? Like, they could shoot it now and it just goes zooming through, weaving through the labyrinth to get to Balto? Like, because otherwise, how the fuck are they going to get to him? I mean, we still got to do it, but, like, did anybody think about this? Intrigued. Anyway. People stopped arguing, their lips set in tight lines as they stared at Sephora. I won't hide or run away, so if you have something to say, come straight to me. There's no need for you to spew vitriol at one another. Play to me all you like. The citizens exchanged glances following his resonant declaration. Not long after, a man stepped forward. I heard Lord Balto's locked in the underground labyrinth because he was dismissed by the palace. But I believe he'll unlock the labyrinth. Once you, the next sentinel, leave Kultura and withdraw his dismissal. The man's hatred of Zephora was on full display. Put me on edge. Yet Sephora stood his ground and replied in his usual calm tone. Did Balto promise he'd return the labyrinth to his original state if I did leave and retract the dismissal request? No, he didn't. But with how bad things are now, he definitely will. He's right. We're in this situation because you went against Lord Balto. Yeah, because Lord Balto killed my parents and is a douche. And is also the cause of the lunatic riots, you dumb fucks. Okay, maybe say that in like a more diplomatic way. See, this is why I'm not a labyrinth sentinel or in charge of anything. Okay? More and more people agreed with the man. Balto hasn't made any demands, so is there any guarantee he'll return the labyrinth once I'm gone? Well, let's say I get out of here and roll back his dismissal. What do you do if he still doesn't hand over the labyrinth then? Are you going to continue to do what he wants in the vain hope you can please him? You have a point, but that's all we can do right now. The heated man lost momentum the more Zephora pressed him. Because they're all angry and not thinking straight, and Zephora's got his head tightly wound on those shoulders. It wasn't enough to change his mind, though. Well, let's do this, then. Tell me right away once Balto gives any terms to open the labyrinth. Should Balto be willing to negotiate, there'll be room for consideration. Oh, okay. Yeah, let's do that. The man nodded in agreement. He must have found a point of compromise. So that means we just loaf around till then? When can we get back to work if the labyrinth's still locked? Ask your precious Lord Balto, you dumb fucks. If he cared about you, he wouldn't lock the labyrinth, would he? He's right! My livelihood's on the line here! Think we could just sit tight and wait? I've borrowed a race to take the labyrinth necklace away from the sentinel. Once we activate the device and reclaim the necklace from Balto, we can take back the labyrinth for sure. Why don't you do it now, then? Race's bullets aren't something that can be made easily. It'll take some time. I know it's hard, but please be patient. You hear that, everybody? It'll take some time to make those bullets. And this guy here abandoned Kultura once already. Can we even believe a word he says? I want to jump up and defend my man. Can we jump up and be like, listen, you motherfuckers! He didn't abandon you. Balto tricked him and told him to go on vacation and then murdered his parents. So you suck. Shut your face. Don't make me kick you. I'll kick you in the nuts. Can we? I mean, she's going to be a lot more diplomatic and appeal to their heartstrings. But I'm ready to throw hands. I protect my man. The imaginary ones, not real ones. Because I don't have real ones, and if I did, I'm not going to fight a bitch. Like, I might get hurt. Someone might punch me in the face. I don't want to hurt myself. My fist would, and then you could go to jail. I don't want to deal with that. In spirit, though. Another enraged man refused everything Zephora had said. True. Why the hell should we trust somebody who ditched Kultura in the first place? The people who'd finally agreed to compromise were raising objections once more. Commotion showed no sign of stopping. What should we do?
In that case, will you believe the words of the Crown Prince?
Huh? The hell's this brat doing here?
I'm Calibus, Crown Prince of Eshalita. I shall make sure to fulfill my royal duty and craft the necessary bullets. And then I'm gonna come and I'm gonna kick you. Right in the nuts. For that, I ask you to wait just a short while.
No way! Are you the Prince Calibus who only recently recovered? I think His Highness would help us. There's no Kultura ladies. You notice the ladies are over there like, men are so fucking stupid. Because they're all, beat my chest. They're at home napping. They're like, good, the men are in the plaza fighting. We can finally do our nails. Like, I don't know. After Galiva stepped forward, more and more people chose to believe in us. Meanwhile, the men opposing Zephora clicked their tongues and left the plaza, knowing the odds were stacked against them. Zephora continued to lend his ear to other citizens, and with that, their ill feelings toward him gradually weakened. I mean, come on. Listen, I know there's some of you who would trade Zephora for Balto, but you're wrong, okay? Objectively, you're wrong. Zephora's hotter. You can have him. We're trying to eject him from the labyrinth so you can take him home with you, okay? I'm doing this for you. Also, for my clown prince. But, you know, you get the Balto pieces when we kick him out. So, good for you, I guess. Right? Just saying, everybody wins. Anyone else have something to ask? Good. Seems like that's enough for now. If there's anything you want to discuss, you can come here again tomorrow and beyond. I'll be available any time, so feel free. He's so diplomatic and good at his job, and it's not even his job yet. Zephora sucked in a short breath. I love this warm city. The city where we all support each other. If you obey Balto, the labyrinth will surely open and you can work as usual without being threatened by anyone. If that'd be nice, well, that would be nice, but that's not the world we live in. I'm aware you'll have a difficult time until the prince finishes the bullets. But know this. I want to restore the old Kultura, the harmonious city. I beg of you, you fight with me. In answer, the citizens let out one big cheer. A warm atmosphere filled the air in the plaza, and a sense of unity was born. Zephora was still talking with the citizens, so I decided to return to the tent to retrieve the tea I made him. You know, it'd be kind of interesting, and I'm thinking of this like, okay, yeah, yay, Zephora, because, like, we're on his side, and Balto's clearly evil. But, like, it'd be kind of interesting to have the scenario where, like, yeah, in this case, we're with Zephora. He's clearly in the right, and Balto's clearly evil, whatever. But from Balto's perspective, Zephora's fucking wrong, and he's just perfectly fine. And, like, he's getting what... I mean, okay, the way they wrote him is that he's clearly fucking evil, okay? But, like, in a normal circumstance, like, okay, I guess not normal, but in a lot of circumstances, you have two sides, and you're like, I mean, you can kind of see, you agree with certain points from both sides, and you would just disagree with certain points on both sides. You know what I mean? And you're like, you could very easily waver and go, yeah, no, side A is totally right. Well, I mean, okay, except for the one thing, that's kind of douchey, so side B is right there. But the other thing that side B is doing is kind of screwy, so, like, and, you know, there's good and bad points to both. And, like, that would be a really fun thing in an Otome game where you're like, yeah, no, we're on with Zephora's side, and then later you're like, you go down, like, the other route. And I feel like we should have had games like this before, but I can't think of them. Have we? Someone will remind me. You know, and then you go down, like, a Balto route, and you're like, what? I don't... Actually, everything he's doing is for a reason, and we don't know certain things about the other character because they hid the... You know what I mean? And then you learn, you're like, oh, maybe they're the asshole. Wait a minute. You know what I mean? And you're like... Because, like, obviously we've had characters that are trash. And you go down their routes and you're like, they're awful, but, like, I'm on their side because they're my boyfriend now. You know? And you can kind of see that, but I don't think we've had... I mean, I guess technically we have. Because if you think of, like, Pio Fiore, right? There were, like, 3 sides to that triangle. And even though some of them were buddy-buddy, everyone was against Yang, but, like, you go down his route and you're like, no, but we're on his side. But you still don't want your other love interest. You, like, don't actually kill them, though. But, like... I mean, I guess that's kind of what I'm thinking, but it's like, I don't know, like, I feel like they could lean into it way better, you know what I mean? But I guess I had to work that out in my brain, listen, okay? I was just like, it's kind of interesting, because we're like, yeah, he's totally evil, but what if he wasn't? And it's only the way you paint that character, but we have done that technically. But they usually are trash. It's not like you go down and then you're like, actually, they were a nice guy and we were misunderstanding them the whole time. You're like, no, they're actual trash, but I'm here for it. So, like, I don't know how you could slightly change that and make it into that kind of scenario. But anyway, Sephora was still talking with the citizens, so I decided to return to the tent to retrieve the tea I made him. It's gone cold and the color's way too dark. I poured the deeply colored liquid into a cup and took a sip. So bitter. I wanted Sephora to drink this while it still tasted good. Shooing away my selfish thoughts, I thought back to Sephora's talk with the citizens. He made valid arguments, offered a solution to the deadlock, and heard out their fears and anxieties. Sephora, with his regal bearing, drew envious stares from Kultura's people. I'd never do that. No, but you could stand there and prop up your man from behind. I wanted to help Sephora. My desire to do so kept growing, yet I had nothing to offer. I resented that. Sometimes a powerful man just needs support. That makes it sound like women are just support for powerful men. A powerful person, man or woman, just needs support. And that's what our job is here. To support him. Let's say he wouldn't support us too, but you know what I mean? Like, I can't do anything. Yes, you can. Ooh, now we're others again. Who's others this time? Oh! Oh! I went to the plaza and tried to instigate the citizens to rebel against Sephora, as you ordered, but he's brought more people over to his side. Sephora sure is like his father. He's good at winning people's hearts with lukewarm lip service. He's all talk. You know, I'm not gonna lie, Balto is hot, but like, it's Sephora for me, so you guys can have him. Unfortunately, it's too late now. He should have come back sooner. How are the preparations going? The deal's going smoothly, my lord. Everything should be ready in a few days. Good. You may go. And also, the jacket's pretty fly. I'm just not gonna lie. Like, look at all the chains and details, and like, outfit is pretty good. You'll only suffer more if you continue to fight. You should have gone with the flow and followed me, you little fool. Oh, Sephora's gonna win. The little fool is actually right, because he is a fucking circus clown. You know. The next day, Ellis came to our tent early in the morning to tell us he'd be leaving Kultura. The number of fiends around the city was significantly higher than expected. Thus, he'd return to Arthir for now to get reinforcements for the troops and gather more equipment. Meanwhile, Sephora set up an inquiry counter for the citizens, as he said he would. I can't work because the labyrinth's gone. How do I tell my clients the mystic tool delivery will have to be delayed? You just tell them. Rest assured, you can use the national budget or insurance money to cover any damages for delays due to the current situation. One of Balto's men came the other day saying he'd release fiends in the residential area if we don't just withdraw his dismissal. I wanted to brush it off as a threat, but I can't help feeling uneasy now that I know what fiends appeared in town. It's true that there are more fiends around the city than before. And to combat that, the security forces are increasing their number of personnel, and circus members are given patrols a boost. While the risk of attack is low, still, you can never be too careful. Refrain from going out as much as possible. Just when will you use a raise? Can I really trust you all? Ever since His Highness's heart melted the day of our Arthir show, he's been growing day by day. He'll make those bullets for Kultura.
Wow, Sephora's got the perfect reply for every question, even though he just got here.
I mean, he's been trained since birth for this shit. We could see Sephora standing in the plaza from our spot in the common area. And it's kind of like nice to see this side of him. You're like, wow, you were so diplomatic and on the ball. I mean, you knew he was smart and shit. He's like, I'm an information burger, but whatever. He was so sassy and snarky. And now he's like actually just giving perfect, kind, diplomatic responses. And you're like, this is new. I like it. But at the same time, like, Calivis is like, I'm impressed. And it's like, really? You just came out of a coma like a week ago and you're already like on the ball, kid. Like, I mean, he was still inside of there, even though he was just basically blinking at people. But, you know what I mean? Like, you're impressive too, kid. Levis was amazed by how he navigated the citizens' inquiries.
Last night he listed all the possible questions the citizens might ask. He came up with all the answers while contacting the castle.
Did he even sleep?
Neither Zephora nor I slept at all. Jeez, this is a nightmare for my skin. Well, we had to do it anyway, since we're trapped in an all-or-nothing situation here. Zephora is so impressive. I gotta pull out all the stops. Kultura's future is at stake.
Aw, putting pressure on himself. It's true, though.
Agreed.
But we can reduce his burden once the bullets are done. And so it was that we spent another day trying to make the bullets. When are we going to suggest that perchance we, all use the power of friendship? Several days had passed since then. Yeah. Day after day, Caliphus ran himself ragged. He clasped a race, his face pale.
Let's stop there, Your Highness. You've reached your limit. I can keep going. I have to make the bullet for everyone in Kultura.
The prince strengthened his grip on the gun. Yet no matter how much power he put into it, the device showed no reaction.
Is my mana run out already? That can't be. I can try again. No, let's call it a day, Caliphus.
He's right. You can't use your magic without rest. You don't have enough mana right now. You'll fail no matter how many times you try.
But
how about we take a break first and think about what went wrong?
We didn't use the power of friendship.
Come on, guys! Listen!
I'm with her.
Caliphus nodded reluctantly, though he still kept his grip on the tool.
First of all, we know Caliphus has more than enough mana to make a bullet. Yep, initially a race was created for the royal family's use. He has more outstanding power than any other before him, so if he can't do it, then no other royal would have been able to either.
Mana quantity isn't the problem here. So, perhaps it's the way he channels his power when he's solidifying mana. And then again, I don't think there are any issues with that either. Caliphus just did a great job channeling wind magic at our Arthur show, right? Wind magic is intangible. It's the hardest element to control. The fact that Caliphus can control it just fine means we're hitting some other snag. You know, guys, I'm just having, PTSD flashbacks from work. Please stop reminding me of work when, there is a problem, and, we keep doing the same, we keep trying, and it's maybe it's that's not the issue, maybe it's that's not the issue, and it's oh, dear God. Given that all three magic users basically said the same thing, Caliphus's mana and the way he channeled magic weren't the cause. That just leaves one thing. It has not been long since his heart melted. His mana and mental fortitude are still in flux. When I saw his performance the other day, I could tell his recovery is going smoothly. That said, it's still unclear how long we'll have to wait for him to make Erase's bullets on his own. On his own? I recalled what His Majesty said, turning it over in my mind. Are we going to get the power of friendship now? The problem is his mental fortitude. Caliphus grimaced, clearly aware.
Zephora is strong, popular, and confident. Meanwhile, I can't even make a single bullet. I told the Kultura people that I can do it, but Father's right. I don't know how long it'll take me to craft even a single bullet.
Don't say that. We're back! Filio, Ion, and Zephora stepped into the common area before I could argue. You're back early. We finished rather early today, so we decided to come home and take a break. How are you guys doing? The prince is in a pile in the corner crying, so obviously well. Not all that well, it seems. Perhaps sensing the heavy atmosphere, Zephora answered on our behalf. Just take it easy. And keep a cool head, Caliphus, and we'll give it all you've got so you can be your best when you make the bullets. No need to worry. We'll protect the Kultura citizens until the bullets are ready.
Okay.
Caliphus only gave Zephora a faint reply. Zephora's patting him on the head don't worry, buddy. You got this, and it's cool. Instead of being God damn it, kid! Because, all the problems are yes, all the problems of creating the bullets rest on Caliphus, but, all of this problem and all of this is a snowball effect from Zephora being like, I'm taking this shit back. So, like, Zephora kind of started this problem. Balto really started the problem, but, you know. He couldn't do anything, though he wanted to. I could totally relate to Calivis, so much so, I had to look away from Zephora. I chewed on my lip.
How about you guys? Gotta hold anything these past few days.
About that, I've discovered a few things. Now where's Zephora?
Backbane.
Ion, investigate all the men on this list and find out what Balto's up to. Understood. And what about you, Zephora? Are you going to go through the labyrinth with Vilio? Yeah, since I've walked around the surface, I need to go take a look there. And Balto is manipulating the labyrinth, though. Do you not fear he'll trap you there? Well, that's a real possibility, but I'll be fine. Actually, he'll be A-okay, Ion. I'm going with him. If push comes to shove, I'll just smash the wall. You think I'd let you do something so stupid? Breaking the walls will only distort space. It's dangerous. Worst case scenario, we'll be trapped in by walls on all sides. Don't even think about it, you hear me? I'm dead serious. That's so? Glad you told me beforehand. In that case, will you be okay walking in the labyrinth alone? I got this, you know. Oh, I've got this, you know. Okay, sorry. Whatever. I thought he was like, I got this, but no, he was saying an item, so. The chalice? Can we really carry that around? Aless left another chalice before I went back to Arthir. Even if I do get locked up, I can contact you guys with this. That means you'll call us for help. I hope I don't have to use it, though. Vilio and I parted ways with Ion and went off to the labyrinth. This is hopeless. I just wind up back where I came from. Can't go any further. Even when I used the sachet to ask the wind spirits, they didn't seem to know the way. I suppose the labyrinth keeps changing so the spirits can no longer keep up with it. We didn't learn a thing even though we came all the way here. Whoa, what the heck? Look at this, Zephora! Startled, Vilio pointed toward the end of the stairs. I don't see anything. You finally lost your last brain cell. Alright, I forgot. You can't see spirits. There's a whole lot of wind spirits in a heap here. They're not dying, it's just... they look dizzy and sick. Sick. No way, the underground labyrinth is supposed to be the most comfortable place for the wind spirits. Hey, Vilio, spirits are somewhere around here, right? I crouched down and sniffed the air. I smell something sweet. Maracas perfume. We left the labyrinth and walked toward our meetup spot. Ion was already there. You're early. You encountered all the people on that list. I haven't seen these two. Looks like they're in Balto's mansion. Forgive me. Ion returned the list I gave him. All of the names had check marks next to them except the two he couldn't locate. Found something out? I did. Balto seems to be on good terms with fiend traders as of late. What are fiend traders? They're merchants who capture fiends and sell them. Illegally, of course. There are people who buy fiends? Fiends are used in Ferris's underground arena. Or so I've heard. I like how we already know Ion's deal. So why he's like, they're used in the or so I've heard. You're acting sus, but we already know your secret. You told us in the common route. You make humans fight fiends? Unbelievable. Balto was apparently their biggest client, and they had a major exchange recently. What the hell is he thinking, buying that many fiends? How about you two? Did you find anything? Yeah, spirits in the underground labyrinth are succumbing to the Maracas perfume. What kind of demon would target not only humans, but spirits too? He's the lowest of the low. While that also concerns me, the Maracas perfume shouldn't affect spirits in the first place. Say what? All of them look completely wiped out, though. The fact that the perfume now has an effect on the spirits can mean only one thing. Balto must be producing his own extra potent Maracas perfume in the labyrinth. He gonna control everyone.
Back to being me.
So he bought fiends and created a super powerful perfume.
Talk about bad news.
We're in danger for sure. I doubt he'll do anything big just yet, though. Although he tries to rule Kultura with fear, he won't rope all of the citizens into his machinations.
Well, that makes sense. Can't build a city without citizens.
I'll bet he'll take precautionary steps before he makes his move, like evacuating his supporters or something. In any case, we can only continue gathering information until we find out the full details of his plan. We don't know what'll happen next, so we need to be very careful. Brace yourselves for anything and everything. All of us nodded in response. I miss you. The next night, after dinner, I washed dishes with Ion in the kitchen. Oh, that's me. Zephora didn't end up eating. He is on a call with the Lest about the security forces information. Oh, security forces formation, not information. Wow. Previously, we assumed the fiends were only lurking outside Kultura. And now we know there's a chance Balto's fiends will emerge from the labyrinth, so we need to redesign the patrols. I know he's busy, but he barely has any time to eat or sleep. I'm worried about him. At that moment, Zephora entered the kitchen. Zephora, do you want something to eat? Nope, don't have time for that. Just came to grab some water. But you hardly ate anything for breakfast or lunch. Why don't you grab some snacks and take a break? Like, seriously, I'll make you a sandwich. You can hold it and eat it. Once I'm done with this, sure. He immediately left the kitchen with a glass of water in hand. He didn't even have time for small talk. If you have time to drink water, you have time to drink a smoothie. Girl, make him a smoothie. He's not going to eat anything until tomorrow. Ugh. He's going to collapse at this rate if I don't force him. I knew very well I might be butting into his business. Yet he wouldn't be saving anybody if he passed out now. To heck with that. I'm going to bring him some snacks. How do you not love a woman who brings you snacks? You know, makes you tea, brings you snacks. Zephora, I brought you something to eat. I'd prepared some food he could easily eat with one hand and brought them to his tent. See, we're thinking about him. God damn it, game! No, you didn't! Oh, God. I'm gonna cry. Oh, they did not put glasses on my fucking bitchy clown prince. Oh, guys. Oh, I can't breathe. I'm not gonna lie, I teared up. Why of all things? We have sad romantic ends, but seeing fucking Zephora in glasses just made me so happy I could cry. My eyes are watery. Listen. Oh my god. Oh my god, game, you didn't. I can't. Oh. Listen. What have I been saying? Did you guys know? Did you motherfuckers know this shit? One of you bitches knew. One of you was like, when I'm sitting there like, Zephora, all he needs is glasses. We're like, wait for it. Wait for it, guys, wait. Just waiting. Sitting there, just doing that whole little clapping your fingers together. Wait for it, Spacey. You knew this was coming. I appreciate you not telling me. I do. I appreciate you not even hinting for those who knew. Because this... Oh... This is the greatest gift I could have ever received. I love this game so much, but this is like, okay, so when he's defending me and I was like, you can't get hotter? Yeah, no, I was wrong. 10,000% hotter right now. My little bitchy clown prince in glasses, guys, I can't. Oh my god. I can't compose myself. I can't. Guys, it's like I won an award. I just want to thank God and the people who drew the art, and this is just the most meaningful thing in my life. You know, I swear to God, I can't. Oh my God, I can't breathe. It's the simple shit that makes me happy, and this is like the greatest gift I could have ever fucking received. Ugh. Happy Thanks fucking giving. It's not quite Thanksgiving where I am now. This is probably like fucking January by now. For you guys, December. I'm not sure when this is going up. I'm trying to get ahead for Christmas and shit. But motherfucker, this is a Thanksgiving miracle. Thanksgiving's like in 2 days right now when I'm recording this, but I couldn't have asked for anything better. Oh god. Anyway. Okay, I'll eat them later. Oh! Stop it. Sephora didn't even look at me. I don't need him to look at me. I just have to stare at him with glasses on. He was writing away as usual while skimming through documents. It's like they knew. It's like they knew me. They did this for me, didn't they? This is the most wonderful gift I've ever received. When is later? After I'm done with all these, just leave it there. It makes no difference whether you eat them now or later. I want you to have them while they're still warm. Busy right now. Uh-huh. Feed him. Oh my god. Interrupt his work or feed him. Both of these are fucking good, and I don't know. I feel like feeding him is that a little much? Should we just interrupt his work? I kind of want to feed him. I feel like I don't think he'd like that, but I might like it. And right now, I'm going to do all sorts of inappropriate shit because you're wearing glasses, sir. I don't know what the right answer is. Ooh, save file too. All right. Yes. We always get these right when they're... Look at that! Now we forever save that with a CG... Oh. All right, what's the right answer? Oh, interrupt his work. Damn it, I wanted to feed him! I'm so mad that's not the right answer. Listen, I'm just thinking with all the flames in my body, so... I grabbed Zephora's papers and yanked them away. Now he's aghast at us. With glasses. What are you doing? You won't rest until I do this, will you? Are you kidding? I'm not playing around here. I'm not kidding, and I'm not playing around either. You're clearly tired and you look pale. You've noticed that too, right? Zephora's silence was enough of an answer. You can't work efficiently if you force yourself to work long hours. I won't give these documents back if you don't eat. Seriously? No, bring him back. Letting out a sigh, Zephora finally gave in and started eating. Oh! Yay! They gave it back! They gave it back! Nothing could make me happier. He quietly munched on the sandwiches. I could tell how hungry he was by how fast he inhaled them. I couldn't help but smile as I watched him dig in. With glasses on! Game, come on. This brings back memories somehow. Really? Yeah, my parents used to have conversations like this when I was a kid. We are reminding you about your parents right now. Oh, we're getting married. I mean, we already knew that, but like, if we were unsure, we are basically engaged now. He already asked us to move in, we're engaged. My father always made Kultura's people his top priority. He continued to work even at home. It made me lonely, obviously, but I respected him a lot for that. My mother usually let him be. She barely complained about his parenting style or work habits. But whenever he overworked himself and sat at his desk with his head spinning, my mother would snatch away his work without warning. I'm reminding you of your mom. That seems a little odd. But it's just the banter between my parents, and they loved each other so deep. Stares at me intensely with those fucking glasses on his face. She'd shove bread into his mouth and say, I won't give it back till you finish eating. I'm gonna miss it. I didn't know that. My heart throbbed painfully as I watched Zephora reminisce with a tender smile. I have to grow so that I can protect this city, just like my father. Zephora finished his sandwich in a flash. I peered into his face. He took a breather, tugging his glasses off his face. Put them back! No, put them back! This would be the perfect sprite to see the glasses on, that sexy fucking bitch face with the glasses. Like an angry librarian, like, I was too loud in the library and now you're gonna punish me. Between the stacks. Okay, I'm sorry. I blanked. I think I died right there. I brought the same amount you usually eat, but I guess I should have made more. Nah, that was the perfect amount. Thanks. Preparing meals is something anyone can do, though. The thought crossed my mind as I returned his documents. I want to do more. I want to be useful to Sephora. I want to ease his burden, even if it's just a little. Kiss him. Say, can I join the patrolling team like Ion and Vilio? I have plenty of time, and asking around is easy enough for me to do. No. And there are people who are still against me, and we don't know where Balto's men are. Not only would it be worrisome, but it'd also increase my workload. I'd just keep doing what you're doing. I know what she's gonna think. Oh my god, he thinks I'm useless, and it's like, no, he doesn't want you to get kidnapped. He's like, they will hurt you, and I can't handle that. And it's not because I need to protect you because you're a woman. It's, I don't want anyone to hurt you. Like, Ion and Vilio can handle themselves. I'm sure you'd try. But, I mean, yes, we are weaker than Ion and Vilio. Let's be real. We can't deny that. And it's not because we're a woman. It's because Gladiator, Dragon, us, waitress. Okay? But it's also the, if anything happened to you, I'd be so fucking livid and I wouldn't be able to handle it. I need you safe, goddammit. Give me one thing to not stress about. Sweetie, I will stay right here. You have a point. All right. I left the tent with empty dishes in hand. Keep doing what I'm doing? Really? I'm gonna help out more. But I'll only cause more problems if I force myself in their way. Is there any reason for me to be here? Oh, we're doubting ourselves, and like he's like, no, I need you here. You're my moral support, and I love looking at your beautiful face. He's just so in love with us, we're gonna get ourselves kidnapped, and he's gonna be like, I told you to stay put, I couldn't handle it, I almost died. And we're like, wait, what? And everyone's like, duh, you guys are in love with each other. And we're like, oh yeah. Oh my god, I love this. They put him in glasses! Glasses! The thing I love the most! The glasses bitchy asshole characters! And it was like, we have Sephora, he's the perfect character, he just doesn't have glasses. And then they put him in glasses! It was only for a short time, but it's everything I ever dreamed of. Guys, I can't process this. I can't handle it. It's so good. I literally almost cried. My eyes got watery. It just hit me in the face, and I was like, oh, it's the greatest thing ever. I was so happy. My eyes watered. What the fuck? I can't imagine that when they decided to draw him with glasses on, like reading glasses, like whatever, that they were like, you know, there's going to be someone who's going to be so happy when they see this, they're going to cry. It's going to bring tears to their eyes, and it's just going to hit them like the greatest gift they've ever received. I bet anything they didn't think that was ever going to happen. But you know, you were just like, hey, people might like this. And you just got, I feel like I just gave you the unexpected best response ever. Because Jesus, I can't. Anyway, I'm going to stop here and I'm going to go just get something to eat first. And then I'm going to curl up in the ball and just cry with joy from finally getting Sephora in glasses. I didn't know it was coming. It was so good. And thank you for those who did know, not being like, ha ha ha, just wait, or hinting. Not even hinting at it. You just sat there quietly waiting for this. And I love you for it. Anyway, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.